Hi everyone, my name is Arnab Paul, and it's a pleasure to share my personal leadership and management journey with you today. This presentation is a reflection on how the BUSM 1530 coursework has not only enriched my academic knowledge but also transformed how I see myself as a leader both now and in future. I will start by acknowledging the country. RMIT University acknowledges the people of Wuiwurrung and Bunwurrung language group of the Eastern Kaling Nation on whose unceded land we conduct the business of the university. RMIT University respectfully acknowledges their ancestors and elder past and present. RMIT also acknowledges the traditional custodian and their ancestors of the land and water across Australia where we conduct our business. This is my journey of learning through leadership and management coursework. When I began this course, I expected to learn about traditional management structures and theoretical leadership models. But what I encountered was totally different. It was more personal and immersive. I found myself reflecting deeply on my values, my habits, and how I interact with others. The coursework wasn't just about developing technical skill, it was about unlocking emotional awareness, improving communication, and embracing the kind of leadership that uplifts people and drive meaningful changes in the community. Several key concepts form the foundation of this journey: effective dialogue and active listening. I discovered how truly listening without jumping to respond can build team trust and create more engagement. It's a simple shift, but it transforms communication dynamics. Self awareness. It's a very important concept. Recognizing my own strengths and weaknesses gave a new lens through which I can lead. Instead of avoiding my limitation, I began to see them as areas for growth. Emotional intelligence, learning to manage emotions, both mine and others, significantly improved how I navigate conflict and build relationships. Empathy. This is the cornerstone of my leadership. By understanding how others feel and think, I am better able to motivate, support, and guide them through their journeys. Evolving understanding of effective leadership. My views on leadership change from one rooted in control and hierarchy to one rooted in purpose and service. In week 2, introduced to self awareness as the bedrock of leadership. When I understand my values and emotion, I lead with authenticity. In week 3, I explored emotional intelligence and saw how critical it is to create emotionally healthy teams within the organization. In week 4, which was mostly emphasized on how communication is not just about speaking, it's about clarity, timing, and empathy. The concept of servant leadership in the week 7 really stuck with me. It's about flipping the hierarchy, leaded by serving others and putting their needs first. In week 11, challenged me to think long term, focusing on ethical responsibility and sustainability. Altogether, these insights moved me away from tran- transactional leadership towards something much more than transformational. Key insight about myself as a leader. This is my personal leadership insight gain. Course encouraged me to look inwards and define the kind of leader I am. As the one I want to become, I realized I am at my best when leading with empathy and collaboration. I feel a deep responsibility to ensure others are heard and supported. Through week nine's focus on leading change, I discovered that I handle uncertainty with calmness and clarity. which is essential in times of transformation. Most importantly, I recognize that I value purpose driven leadership that aligns with ethics and long term impact rather than short term gains. Applying learning to my leadership journey. This is how future focus as a leader. Looking ahead, I plan to lead diverse, inclusive team that thrive on shared vision and trust. So, self awareness will be my compass, helping me to manage biases and remain grounded. I will use emotional intelligence to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. By applying leadership, I will create a space where people feel valued and empowered. I will also embrace flexibility, understanding that no single approach works for every individual or team. Leading in today's environment means creating a team culture that is not only productive but also compassionate and adaptable. Leading a diverse team, inclusive and high performance approach. So I would be beginning with self awareness to regulate personal biases. I would use emotional intelligence to realize our team dynamics. I would promote open, respectful communication across all cultures. I would lead by serving others and value individual growth and well being. I would create a collaborative, strength based team and also a balanced structure with flexibility to support different work styles. I would foster diverse perspectives to steer innovation and adaptability in the team and ensure fairness, recognition, and equal opportunities for all the team members. Managing a diverse team. One of the biggest takeaway for me was the role of inclusivity in modern leadership. It's not enough to have a diverse team. We must create an environment where every voice matters. One, respectful communication allows people to speak up without fear. I've learned to foster collaboration across differences, understanding that diversity isn't a challenge, it's an asset. By recognizing and strategically using individual strength, I can bring out the best in each team members. Key moments in managing diversity. So I have four things like diversity training, team assessment, inclusive policies, feedback mechanism. Through this course, I have applied several key practices that help me understand how to manage diversity more effectively. I participated in diversity training sessions that opened my eyes to unconscious bias. I used team assessment to understand individual motivation and how best to pair it with skill set. I implemented feedback mechanism like regular check-in, which allows for continuous improvement in my skills. We created inclusive policy that reinforce fairness, equity, and access for all team members. Enhancing team motivation post pandemic. The pandemic fundamentally changed how we work and what people need from their leaders. I now understand that trust and autonomy are more powerful than micromanagement. Leader must address mental health and emotional intelligence and emotional resilience as core leadership responsibilities. Recognizing small wins and celebrating individual contribution can go a long way in rebuilding morale. Growth path through upskilling, mentorship, and recognition are essential for long-term motivation. Creating a culture that supports innovation. Innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens when leaders intentionally build a safe environment, experimental environment. As a leader, I must model curiosity and embrace change myself. Psychologically, safety is key. People need to know what is okay to fail as long as we are learning something. I also believe in connecting innovation to a clear purpose and shared vision. So clearly feels meaningful and aligned with organization's goal. Three strategies to foster team innovation. To support innovation as a team level, I implement three specific strategies like continuous learning, offering training and development regularly to spark new ideas, inclusive participation, like engaging everyone in idea generation and decision making, encouraging creativity, creating structured time for brainstorming and experimentation without fear of judgment, driving and sustaining innovative thinking. Sparking innovation is one thing, sustaining it is another. I plan to allocate time for creativity, such as monthly innovation sprints, promote cross functional collaboration to bring in diverse viewpoints, establish transparent feedback channel so people know their ideas are heard, and finally, track innovation outcome to reinforce its value and refine our processes. Key leadership qualities for development to become a great leader, which I aspire to be. I will continue developing these qualities: self awareness to stay grounded, communication to build openness, servant leadership to empower myself, emotional intelligence to build healthy, high functioning team environment, and finally, team building to create culture where collaboration and high performance go hand in hand. Key leadership skills I aim to develop: strategic thinking to make informed long-term decision that aligns with organization goal and mine. I would probably develop strategic thinking. Adaptability to lead effectively through uncertainty and continuous change. Coaching and mentoring skill to empower others and build future leaders within the team. Conflict resolution to manage team dynamic constructively and maintain cohesion. Innovative mindset to foster creativity and lead in a fast evolving business environment. Leadership concept interconnection. This Venn diagram illustrates the relationship between empathy and emotional intelligence. So, the slide captures a powerful relationship. Empathy feed directly into emotional intelligence, which then shapes how we communicate, lead, and support our team. These concepts are not isolated. They are deeply interconnected. Together, they build the trust, resilience, and adaptability that great leadership requires today. And lastly, these are all the references that I have used in my presentation. Thank you.